Welcome back to God's Golden Acres. I'm Kim, and it's gotten so cold so fast that we have to straw strawberries now. It's supposed to get 2 to 4 inches of snow in like 2 days, and we gotta do this. So Andrew's been doing it, working a while. So we're using a wood chipper right now that we got for about $100. There are straw chippers. For the size of our strawberry patch, it doesn't make sense to buy, even used, it's like $2,000 to get these straw chippers. And you can get ones on a trailer so you could like chip and keep moving for like $4,000. And eventually we will get there, but it's not right now. You buy the tools for the size of that you have. You could buy one size up if you're close to that next size. We're not close to that next size yet. We spent like $200 on the strawberry patch this year so far. So a $2,000 machine would not have made sense for the amount of berries we'll get next year, especially because this has been a hard year and we're not going to get the production next year like we were hoping. Here's the finished raised bed. As it gets colder, we'll have to be wary of the kind of bare sides here. But for right now's purposes, probably till January, we won't get too much of a fifth to maybe line up straw around here. And we'll have to see how much straw we have left. You know, like these guys have more risk than the ones in the ground. And so soil temperatures right now are right at the point when strawberries go dormant. We're just having such a strong, long, cold snap that we need to get these done quickly. So at bare soil temperatures, which is basically what strawberries are in, especially because we didn't have the foliage like we normally would and would want to have in our area, which is northern Missouri, are about 41 degrees. We are to get, in the next couple days, 2 to 4 inches of snow, which is going to dramatically drop our soil temperatures. So we don't want to shock them. So usually they go dormant at 40, not usually 41. Usually we would have wanted to wait a couple more days, but you can't wait a couple more days when you're going to get that much snow. All right, so it's a minor risk doing it a hair early, but there's also like, usually you have room for error because strawberries want to live, right? They don't want to die. And probably by tonight, the soil temperatures would be that low anyway. So we're not doing bad. If we were to see a big warm up, we would want to possibly uncover them a little bit. I don't foresee that happening until spring. I'm not super concerned about a warm up because I don't think we're going to see over 50 degrees, which is when you would really need like to be pulling that straw off for sure. We might see a couple 45-degree days, but that's not going to significantly warm up the soil temperatures when the rest of the time is below 30. Strawberries start dying at about 12 degrees, the crowns, and that's what you have to worry about, right? The crown that's in the ground and the roots, if they get too cold. So about 12 degrees is when you need to really start like worrying if you're behind on getting some stuff done. But we suggest doing it at 40 and just having it done well before that time. It's bare. You need some lemons. It's a couple days later. We didn't get done as fast as we thought we would, partially because the wood chipper engine blew, which we bought it for $100. So we kind of knew that was a risk, that we'd probably end up buying a Harbor Freight motor, which is what we're going to have to do before chip wood. So we are going to lay this just plain out here. And it's going to snow tonight, so I got to do fast. So part of the reason you chop is the goal is to trap as much air as possible So with longer strands, you have bigger holes and more likely air will escape. So you're not gonna keep things as warm. We're kind of predicted to have a mild winter. Any straw is better than none, and we're not gonna get that other fixed right away. Snow is also a great insulator because it does trap air really well, right? Like you're thinking fluffy flakes, and then like it doesn't land perfectly, right? It's not ice, which is why it can condense down. But it also cools the ground really quickly. You know how like that first snowfall melts really fast and it'll cool the ground down so the next snowfall stays pretty well. So that's what we're avoiding here, is cooling down the soil temperatures too much, especially too early on in the season, which will then just lead to cooler and cooler soil temperatures as we go through winter. Someone wants to say hi, which means I'm gonna have a cat like riding my back while doing this. If I had my stand and had time, I would record that, but not right now. Much battery left, so this will be quick. But so we got the straw down. I will show what our snow is like in the morning, because we're supposed to get 2 to 4 inches, but you know how that goes. Sometimes it means a dusting. And with the amount of rain that we've had this summer, I don't have much faith in the weatherman right now. So over here, this is the best example because it was done while everyone's the healthiest. And it has 4 to 6 inches of straw down. They say you can go 3 to 6. We always suggest 4 to 6. And that would be about 9 centimeters. I'll put a exact centimeter right here. And oh, excuse me. That'll keep things safe in our areas. If you're much further north, like in Canada, double check with your local extension or ag office. For us, it's the extension office of one of the college. Mizzou? Is it Mizzou? I think it's Mizzou, but I'm not really sure. I'll put that name here. Your local extension office. And so check with them. Once again, like if you're down in Florida, Jules won't work for you because you won't get cold enough. They have to go dormant, unlike an everbearing that doesn't necessarily have to go dormant. In Florida, they also tend to plant closer together, and they replant every single year, right? So if Jules are your favorite, but I was saying if Jules are your favorite, then you're gonna have to adjust for your area. And this is our snow. We had about 2 inches this morning. It's melting fast. I didn't get here until this afternoon. It was very beautiful. And you'll see though that also the snow is staying on the strawberries fairly well and not melting as fast because some of that air was trapped. See in between the rows that snow is melting faster because that snow and that straw together are acting like insulation. I can kind of see it here too. So it is working the way we want it to. Like that's another way of showing that it's working. It's kind of the same idea when you're going down and you're going by a pasture and you see horses and snow's on their back. That horse is actually very warm because the snow isn't sitting on the skin to actually melt. So the snow is not making that horse cold at all. Some of them actually enjoy it. Kind of like having a cool side of the pillow like on top of your face when you're sleeping and your like lids are loud and you lay that cool side of that pillow on your face and you're just like ah in the summer. And some people even like that in the winter. It is very windy because that came in. Whew. So I am gonna go ahead and get off of here, get some stuff done inside, and probably get the kids back in their snow stuff so they can just go crazy in the snow. Because we're not gonna have it long this time. And then the next time, of course, the snow will stay longer. But I'm actually impressed with how long the snow's been on the ground, which tells you our soil temperatures were pretty cold, and maybe colder than what was reported throughout the state. Because we didn't like stick our own in our thermometers in the soil. We looked it up online, what the areas around us are doing. And I will post a link to that site in the description. Thanks for being with us today. If you liked this video, hit that like button, subscribe. I think we got our internet fixed, so I should have an easier time like getting videos up. I will definitely do introducing the Kit Kats. I want to say hi since you're yelling at me. Next video. I was going to talk about how we introduced her to our farm, and then it got really cold really fast. What do you think? Say thanks for being with us. God bless.